what better way to redeem yourself, right, than to just quietly work hard and see where it brings you. And that path, right, has brought him to like scoring winners in the Europa League semi-finals, and then now scoring the crucial goal away at Anfield.
Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki. I'm your host Elder, and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro and Manchester United fan who has triumphantly come together, right? Because Manchester United has beaten Liverpool. Oh my goodness, bro. I am so happy. How are you feeling after that remarkable victory last night?
Bro, after that, right, we will talk about the game soon, but after that I went to watch the USGP, bro, and bro, Max even won, bro. So it's like a double victory for me this week.
Hey, Ferrari got podium, so I'll
yeah. Bro, we are witnessing what could be the most remarkable comeback ever in the championship. But I'm just saying it can happen, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, but I'm not going to delve much into F1 today, right? Because honestly, right, there is only one major storyline, and that is the fact that the team with the two jerseys behind me, right, has beaten Liverpool, right? There's two sides of this coin to discuss. Last night, to me, this is all the headlines that are popping under my head. I think we're just going to deep dive straight into it because there's so much to unpack and we actually try to do it in as a condensed one as possible, right? But United finally won two in a row under Amorim. Right? United finally won two in a row under Amorim, back to back. Arne Slot has lost 4 in a row. Harry Maguire's Redemption Arc has been completed. There was controversy, but Bryan Mbeumo has now officially closing in on the most amount of goal contributions in the year 2025, 3 behind Mo Salah. Salah's form has been horrible. Van Dijk and Kerkez have issues. I don't know, bro, there's so many things there. And then Cody Gakpo, is it lack of clinical or is he just unlucky? Plus the fact that Man United have a stable goalkeeper. There's so many stories there, bro. I don't know, where do you want to start?
I would definitely have to start with the big story, like how, like you said, Arne Slot has lost 4 in a row.
Now, before we get into today's episode, we would once again like to say thank you to sgwatchhub for sponsoring this week's episode.
So this episode of the Chit podcast is brought to you by sgwatchhub, Singapore's one-stop platform for all things watches. Whether you're buying, selling, or just obsessed with timepieces, sgwatchhub connects you to trusted sellers, retailers, and collectors so that you can find the perfect piece for your wrist.
But it's not just a marketplace. sgwatchhub offers a full range of services from repairs, polishing, and strap replacement to protective films, watch winders, and authentication services, making sure your watch is always in top shape and 100% authentic. They also work with featured vendors like Goodman Luxury, Singapore's premier luxury watch retailer at Orchard Plaza, known for their professional watch protection film installation using high-end WSP films to keep your prized timepieces scratch-free and pristine.
And here's the exciting part. You can stand a chance to win a full protective film service from Goodman Luxury or $150 in cash through our Instagram giveaway with sgwatchhub happening right now. Just follow the instructions below and stay tuned on the Chit podcast and sgwatchhub's Instagram for more details.
Once again, a big thank you to sgwatchhub for sponsoring this episode. sgwatchhub, bringing the world of watches to your fingertips.
And now, back to the episode.
And then United, for the longest time, under Amorim, it's almost been a year, right?
Yes.
And he's only won, only now that he's won back-to-back games. So I think it's a mixture of both good and bad, Good is in United, it's their second time they beat a big team already, which they beat Chelsea, then now they beat Liverpool, and it's back-to-back, yeah. So against all odds, when everyone decided, even us included, predicted that we will get smashed by Liverpool.
Yep.
So I think positives. Just not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's see if they can maintain this form. But it's definitely a good start. So winning at Anfield is always it's a good thing. And it's I read somewhere that the last time we won was 2016.
It's about 9 years already.
This is almost a decade ago, yeah.
Yes.
And that was before even I went to army, I remember it was the Wayne Rooney and Juan Mata, that one, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I think 10 years is a long time. It's been a long time coming, but I think from the match last year where we draw 2-2 with them, right? There were signs that maybe we have learned how to play this fixture, or how to set up for this fixture. Yeah.
Yep.
And then what to say about the 4 in a row? There's a lot of rumors, or there's a lot of people analyzing that say that Arne Slot losing 4 in a row, right, is this is his full full charge already. Like in the last year, you can say that they were still going through the muscle memory of like Jurgen Klopp. But now it's like really fully under him, and then the muscle memory of Jurgen Klopp's team has worn off lah, and then where to start, man, with the Liverpool team?
Okay, I think like let's just dive into like a few headlines, right? I've got a few things that I want to discuss. I'm not going to review them right now, but I think let's just start with the main one, right? Like Harry Maguire, I officially think, right, like, and this is my opinion, and I'll ask you this question, right? His redemption arc is complete because as a United fan and as a United player, right? And for all the other football fans out there, right? If you want to redeem yourself, not just football fans, like in life, right? If you want to redeem yourself, take the route that this fellow went through. You cannot ostracize as a Man Utd captain. He was out of favor.
A joke, right? Yeah.
He was a joke. He was called a fish, everything like that. He didn't go to the media pandering. He didn't do all of these things. No
drama.
Video shots. No video shots of like, oh, I'm training hard and everything. Like a few number of former United players. He worked hard, put his head down, got his way back into the lineup under Amorim, and then nearly scored a winner last year against Liverpool, right? And finally scores a winner this year against Liverpool. Bro, I don't care about a lot of other things, right? With regards to Man United's like whole dementia, because I've already spoken about that in the past. I do think that as a United fan, all of us agree. If you were to lose 37 games, right? Or 36. If you win 2, right, and those 2 wins are against Liverpool, right? You don't give a shit. Because you win 2, you still beat Liverpool no matter what. Like it's the games that you have to win. Harry Maguire will forever be immortalized as the guy that scored the winner at Anfield.
It's like the John O'Shea lah. We still talk about John O'Shea scoring at Anfield, right? Even until now, even up to this day, yeah. So
correct. So like no matter what people say, right, his redemption arc is complete just because he scored a goal at Anfield.
The winner at Anfield.
The winner at Anfield.
I agree, man.
Now my turn to ask you, right? Has the arc been completed? Has the redemption been done?
Because apart from him slowly working his way back up to the team, and then almost scoring the winner last year, he did score the winner against Lyon to bring us to the Europa final. Yeah. So there were signs that he's working his way back in, and he also knows he's not the main starter at times.
Yes,
he's being like sub in and out. He's being like used as a rotational player also. And then there are talks that United may not extend his contract beyond this year. Yeah. So what better way to redeem yourself, right, than to just quietly work hard and see where it brings you. And that path, right, has brought him to like scoring winners in the Europa League semi-finals and then now scoring the crucial goal at away at Anfield.
Yep. And it's not just any Liverpool team, it's the champions. So it's like we always say that, okay, you play against the champions is something that you need to see. Because you're still champions, right, all the way until the title gets taken away from you. Right?
Yep.
So that's why there's a golden lion on your shirt. I mean, to me, the way that Harry Maguire's worked all the way from the past 3 years where he was just absolutely ostracized under Ole, and then he didn't do much against Rangnick, right? And then under Ten Hag, it was more like it was just a catastrophe and a disaster. So now at the fact that he's doing better under Amorim, I won't say it's his best form ever for United, but he's doing well under Amorim to a point where he's like the Fellaini. Any problem, right? Okay, throw the ball there, Harry will get it. Like, you know, that like
you must. He has a trait, now. Yeah, which is like we need a header. Let's go. Let's Maguire. That kind, right?
Correct.
Kind of
correct.
Yeah.
And he's already made it known to everybody. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get into the area, and I can get the ball. It's like now it's come to a point where like if Harry Maguire gets a hit on you, right, there's a chance.
Yep.
Like you can imagine, right? Last time was like, oh, Harry's like, what is he there for? What's the point of having Harry Maguire? Now it's like, okay, Maguire's there.
Then they have to send it in, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to talk about like the match in per se right now, right? Like there's a few talking points before we get down into individual players, right? I want to ask, right, this question, and there's a lot of talk online about this, right? Is that leading up to the first goal by Bryan Mbeumo, right? Macallister got elbowed in the head by Virgil van Dijk, and there are arguments saying that because it's a head injury, the play should have been stopped and the goal shouldn't have been allowed. Do you have any opinion on that? And if so, what is the opinion?
Okay, it's just based on what I see as a fan, lah. Okay, like not taking any sides of Man U or Liverpool or anything. Is that as a football fan, you want the game to run as smoothly as you can.
Yes.
Right. And then there are also instances where some players like to, when they fall, they straight away grab their head because they know the moment they do that, right, they will get the foul and then the play will be stopped. So it's like a grey area also. But I'm not saying that Macallister, like I'm not insinuating anything. Like, it's just that in that moment, if you decide to pull something back, United was already in a very like devastating position. They only like 1 or 2 players away from the goal, which eventually led to the ball being passed to Mbeumo and scoring lah. So in real time when I watched it, right, play on first, and then if anything, VAR can rule it out. Ma. In a way, the referee made the right call to let things play on, because like even now they try their best to let everything play on as usual first. Like offside, they let them play on until the ball goes out or until the attack stops. They let it play on, and then Mbeumo scored lah. So I think in that moment, right, if it wasn't Van Dijk that elbowed him, right, let's say if it was another player, their goal would definitely be disallowed.
Yep, agreed. Yeah. I look at it more like, okay, that was a heavy collision and like Macallister on the floor. I've come to a point where sometimes you kind of take players rolling around on the floor with a pinch of salt, because it happens so frequently to a point where you don't really know what is true or what is not. Like, and like you said, just grab the head or grab the face, then it's a head injury, then the play will stop, right? Like even Troy Deeney, I think he said it. He said it in an interview post-match, right? He said that players now, even though they hurt their ankle, right, they'll just grab their face.
So that it will get the game will stop immediately, ma.
Correct. So it's like maybe a psychological thing. Like, it's unfortunate that Macallister really did get a knock in the head, like a proper knock. But it's just that the one thing that people often forget was that Michael Oliver wasn't facing their side. He was facing the other direction. He was following the ball. So the ball went to the other direction already. He followed the pace of play, ma. And by the time the whole thing happened already, right, the goal pushed through lah. So my next question would have been, do VAR actually have influence over that decision to actually disallow the goal and stop the play?
Yeah, like what I said, if the collision was caused by a United player, they have all the grounds to call it as a foul already, ma. Yeah, but there's no law in the book that says that if my teammates foul me, foul me is a foul, ma. You get what I mean? It shouldn't have been like that lah. You know, unless let's say the referee saw Van Dijk elbow Macallister and then in that moment he straight away call. In a way, like Liverpool's saving grace was when they used VAR, right, was to hope that maybe it was a United player that caused the collision, not Van Dijk.
Then in the end, it will show that it was Van Dijk.
In the end, how do you justify to Manchester United, right, that, they two collided, then that's why I'm disallowing the goal. They're like, as a United player or the United team, like, not fair, ma. I didn't even cause the foul. Yeah, you can't.
Correct.
Yeah.
I agree. I do agree with you, because how do you justify a teammate collision, right, causing a goal to be taken away? It doesn't make any sense in a football term. I think maybe it's going to be a debate no matter what, because this ended up being like a goal that was scored within the first 2 minutes. And it eventually led to United winning this game, right? But moving from United over to Liverpool, right? Individual performances wise, right? I don't know, Liverpool looked shaky. And like you told me yesterday, you felt like something was wrong. So let's maybe just talk about a few individual players, right? Like Cody Gakpo yesterday, was it lack of clinicality or was it just unlucky?
Bro, it's not his usual self, because in like previous fixtures, right, he's been scoring at will against United. Like even that 7-0, I think he scored like 1 or twice, you know. Like the initial part where Salah passing the ball and then he shot the ball and hit the post, right? So I thought that one, okay, maybe a bit unlucky because the intention was there. The execution was also not too bad. It's just that he clipped the post lah. But other than that, it's like he was a bit off lah. You know, all his touches was bad. He did score a goal actually. Yeah, but it was like after maybe that like 6 or 7 try. And then just very can tell that they're not sharp. You know, the entire Liverpool team in attack is not sharp at all. So like Salah once again went missing. You know, KTK, they brought him on, but he was like not as sharp as initially when he started. Then Isak also another one. You know, like clearly hasn't found his footing in the team yet. And then to pile it on all these missed chances by Gakpo, it's not helping lah. Gakpo hit the post twice, right? But I think the sticker was, even though he scored the goal, was the miss header. That header, right? Bro,
on target goal already.
Goal already.
It's on target, it's
like
goal already.
Clear open goal for them, right?
Is it the lack of clinicality, right? Because Isak had a one-on-one with Lemons, ma.
Yeah, you know, and I thought that one
very clear one-on-one. I thought that one goal already.
Yeah, because you give like you give this chance to last season Isak, right? He will bury it, man. Yeah. In a way, fortunate for us, but unfortunate for them. So, maybe in a way they know how we feel lah. You know, about players not putting the ball in the back of the net. Not delivering.
Let's talk about Salah, right? Like, so Salah has not been firing for the past couple of games. This game, he was really non-existent to a point where he had to be taken off, right? Any thoughts on what do you think could be the problem? Is it because of maybe there's a lack of trend?
Yeah.
Or could it because of something else? What do you think are factors that maybe could be affecting Salah? Or is it because he's already in decline, right? Like at the point of like his past his prime?
I think in a way it's also a mixture of both. Losing your partner in crime on the right side, right? And then also losing the chance to find yourself like one-on-one as frequent as he did like in the past few seasons, you know, like the way they play, like very counter-attacking, you know, everything just pass to Salah, then he can score. And the fact that they have like a number 10 now, you know, like a Florian Wirtz, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so in a way, they're trying to force things down the middle more than like just spreading to the wings, you know. You lose DS, unfortunately, you lose Jota, right? So the capacity of your firepower of your wingers are like reduced so much. And then you are relying only on Salah. It's not the same, you know, as like how they were performing last year. I think last year he was the top scorer in goals and assists, you know.
Yes.
So like we were saying, like, okay, maybe if he's not scoring now, but he's also not creating. He's not like creating a lot of chances for like Isak or Ekitike, you know. So it's a big issue, I think he in combination of losing your wingers and losing your partner in crime in Trent. And on top of that, over last year and this year, you can see the clear difference, that the reduction in goal scoring opportunities, and like I would say, like you can even argue the chance to create goals also is reduced from last year.
If you were to really be frank, you sometimes forgot Salah was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's very rare to say this type of statement because you always know that, okay, Mo Salah's on the field, he's always going to be a threat, especially for Man United fans in the past years, right? He has scored the most amount of goals against Manchester United in the past like couple of seasons. But the fact that yesterday you forgot that he was on the field, like you imagine, right? Like your biggest threat went from Salah to Cody Gakpo yesterday. And if you were to look at the magnitude of how that is, right, is that if Gakpo didn't have a game like he did yesterday, right, the whole attack was gone. Like there's nothing much of an efficient capability that you could actually do that would say that, okay, they look threatening. Like there were points in the game where, okay, maybe they were unlucky that they hit the post twice, they missed the open header, Salah was pressured into missing that shot, right? But at the end of the day, what do you actually remember in that game from Liverpool?
The post the header, the open goal header.
Which is basically to just say the same thing where it's just not firing. Because it's either, I'm not going to go on a limb and say that, because Sandy Lemons was there, that's why it have a big impact. Maybe it had a little bit of an impact because maybe he covered angles better, but that's not a significant difference to a point where they cannot beat the goalkeeper. You get what I mean?
I get what you mean, bro, yeah.
Yeah, so like why did it come to that point? And how did Liverpool's attack suddenly just decline so much? Because remember we were saying, I think you mentioned it earlier, I can't remember, right? Once the last minute goals dry up, what's going to happen?
Yeah, which is clear and evident now, right? And then it's one thing to not score goals, but you are leaky in defense as well.
Yes.
How do you even let like United, a team that rarely scores, you know? How do you let them score 2 at Anfield, you know, that kind of thing? Yeah. And then I can't remember the last time they actually kept a clean sheet also.
Yeah.
And then in the league actually, yeah. So and then it doesn't help that your Alisson is injured. They have to play the Mama Dash V, right?
He's not very. He's not like great. Also,
he's not as calm and as safe as Alisson. Yeah. So it's really a list of compounding factors of why they are where they are now, lor.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a fantastic time that United caught them in this rut to play against them.
Yep. Agreed. But let's talk about the defense, right? Like, have you seen the overview, the bird's eye view of like the Harry Maguire goal? Bro, the whole line went forward, right? Then they left 3v1 at the back post,
Yeah. And then like the quality of the cross also to get it first time on like volley cross, it's not easy, you know.
It's not easy.
Yeah, then I think they won't. They got caught by the element of surprise there, because they would have at least thought that Bruno will control the ball down and then try to cross. Yeah, but he straight did a one-time volley cross.
That was a damn nice assist.
And it was like a dipping cross, right? Like it dipped directly to Maguire's head and then it went in.
Defending, caught off guard is one thing, But yesterday there was an incident during the game between Van Dijk and Kerkez where, remember, Van Dijk kicked the ball at Kerkez's head, then it nearly went out. Then Van Dijk immediately turned around and kind of lamented at Kerkez. Van Dijk never had this problem with Robertson. So is the problem because a lot of their partners in crime are not there anymore? So Salah struggles because Trent is not there. Now you have to handle Kerkez for Van Dijk. And yesterday, honestly, the goal that was scored by Mbeumo, right? I would say it's partially Van Dijk's fault because he let Mbeumo just run past him.
And then the wingback didn't really try to stop the pass from going through,
Correct. So okay, defense-wise, right, what is the issue? Are they not, there's no chemistry or is there too many mistakes or whichever? Because you must remember, they're playing a midfielder at right back.
Yes.
And then Frimpong, right, and Salah somehow they just don't really get along.
Yeah, so I think from the start of the season until now, the only pairing that is consistent, right, is Konate and Van Dijk.
Yes. Kerkez
has been so off, right, that I remember we did a prediction of players to watch, remember?
Yeah.
Or signings of the thing, then we all rank Kerkez as number one, he's going to bring the same amount of effort from Bournemouth to Liverpool, but he has been so bad that even Carragher and some Liverpool fans, they were calling him out, He hasn't found the rhythm to play in this Liverpool team yet, I think. And and then you said, Frimpong in and out. If you have to play Szoboszlai at right back, and then when Szoboszlai is not playing there, they are playing Conor Bradley over there, over Frimpong. So what is the issue? The only like I said, the only pairing that is consistent for the past 8-9 games, right, is Konate Van Dijk. And a lot of flame was on Konate also because of that the goals he conceded, right?
Yeah.
So essentially you're running a one-man defense in Van Dijk, which he hasn't been on top of his game as well. Not like last year where everything was so defensively sound. And there's quite a number of times now in this season that he himself got caught exposed, and hence the leakages in goal and them not being able to keep a clean sheet, which is bad but I do feel that the wing-backs are the current issues. Them not being consistent and them not being what Liverpool expected of them when they bought them.
Yeah, because when you were to think about it in the past few years, right, that back four never really changed.
And you always look at the wing-backs.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Robertson and Trent was wing-backs at Liverpool for donkey years, right, to a point where whoever's on the right-hand side, if it was Joe Gomez or it was Joe Matip, right, it was easy for them because everybody knew what Trent was going to do.
Yeah, everybody they know the core of the defense was the wing-backs.
Correct.
And Van Dijk. Yeah.
Correct. So no matter what, that was fine. I also do think it's because they're playing a different formation than they're used to. Under Klopp, right, it was always 4-3-3 with a holding midfielder and Fabinho. Now it's 4-2-3-1 with two holding midfielders, wing-backs that are bombing forward, and basically what Liverpool are doing is that you're probably going to play 3 at the back or forward. 3 at the back with a DM in the middle, or 3 at the back with probably the left back staying back a bit because everybody knows both sides are going to bomb forward. So is it adaptation or is it just Slot's tactics are not as good as people think it is? Or is it just maybe because Slot's EPL title was riding off the coattails of Klopp's team? I
think it's a little bit of everything. And then I think the fact that the 4-2-3-1 formation, right, is a very stable formation. So everything is based on system.
Yeah.
Whereas the 4-3-3 gives you freedom to run up and down. In the center also they are running around, right? 4-2-3-1 is okay, so in front of me there's the 2 midfielders. In front of that there's the 3 midfielders.
Yep.
Then on top of that is just one. So the 4-2-3-1 formation, when you run forward, right, if you're gonna run to Gakpo already, and then Kerkez and Gakpo, but then the wingbacks have to be good defensively. It's just that I don't really think that Frimpong and Kerkez are as good in defense as they are in attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like I said, it's just there's a misfit somewhere. Whether is it them in this system or is it the system cannot fit to them, or is it just adaptation?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe it's a little bit of everything, but I do feel that if it was Klopp's formation, right, Kerkez would have been way more than okay.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I do think that it's more or less a system issue because one is that when Klopp played 4-3-3, right, everybody know who was the more defensive wingback, which was Robertson.
Then you have one attacking one, right?
Then you one attacking back and one slightly more defensive wingback that could attack. With current one is both are attacking wingbacks. With Kerkez maybe being a bit more defensively because Frimpong was a winger last time. So what that does, right, is essentially it creates a problem where I think they don't really know what the exact roles are. And what I think Ned's saying is true also is because it was more to do with maybe the teams weren't fit yet. So they haven't fully adapted to the style or what Liverpool wanted. But then once the team started getting fit, right, which is maybe like match day 6, match day 7, match day 8, right, then you can see kind of like the issues start to snowball up really, because they were conceding a lot of goals even though they were winning. So
they were relying on those last minute goals, right?
It was those last minute goals, right? So they were already conceding and they were relying on brilliance like Ekatike and all this. But then now, because they bought Isak, they have to play Isak over Ekatike, which many are questioning is as a problem lah. So I think I'm going to close on Liverpool here is that yesterday's performance, I think you agree, right, was not good lah. Even though, yes, they had the better chances in comparison to United, yes. But they weren't good as a whole. It was more like individual moments of brilliance rather than team orchestrated football, which is something that United have been doing. And like, to end off this episode, I'm going to ask you, right, are you happy with United's progress based on yesterday? And is the goalkeeper sorted out?
All I can say is better than we were like the before the match lah.
Yeah.
Like we take it. For me, I don't really like. We all know each other. I don't really try to get too far ahead of ourselves. But it's nice. It's refreshing to see a goalkeeper that can catch balls lah. You know.
Yep.
And then 2 in a row. If you look at the table, it's quite healthy to look at. You know. It's like it's only 5-6 points away. We're not looking at the top.
We're only 2 points behind Liverpool.
Yeah, we're not really like looking at the top, you know. We're just like it's refreshing to see us being in the top half of the table.
Yeah,
which is let's try to keep it at this minimally, you know. And like what Roy Keane said, let's not try to go back to where we were like a few weeks ago, you know, that kind of thing. Like football comes at you fast lah. Okay, you can be laughed at all, but if you think about it, we played like one of our first 8-9 games was quite tough already, you know. And we played most of the big games already. Yeah.
Now we have to play Brighton.
And another taboo team for us, but yeah.
Like I said, keep it calm, keep it down the road. But I think overall as a United fan, we have been better than what we were in the past. I do agree. But we are not where I think we should be. We're definitely not there. Yep. We're very far away from where it is, right? But hopefully this win against Liverpool puts us in a bit of a better direction. Because honestly, I would have loved it if we beat Liverpool last year, because that was a better Liverpool performing team. But I'll take it this year anyway.
Never mind, just take it.
Because it's still Liverpool. I don't care what you say.
Yep.
Beating Liverpool is, as a Man Utd fan, is so important lah.
At Anfield.
Yes, at Anfield. So AOS boys, I know you had fun. You all were there. So shout out to you all.
They went there.
Yeah, they were at Anfield, bro.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
Bucket list. Yeah.
They were at Anfield. It's awesome. I hope to go one day. Not to Anfield, to Old Trafford. So we shall see lah. But at the end of the day, right, bro, I think we got no match of the week because relatively simple. I think this is the main headline for this episode because Harry Maguire got redeemed. Liverpool have got a lot of questions that need to be answered, especially the defense-wise. Because now with Mark Gahey telling, I think he's going to tell Crystal Palace he wants to leave, right? But there's no guarantee that he's going to be Liverpool anymore. That's the biggest issue. So they have to probably go and figure out how to get a defender to come in to cover them. Yeah, bro. I think that's it lah. I'm just happy that United won. Harry Maguire has got his redemption, and Liverpool have a lot of questions that need to be answered. The game was entertaining though, overall.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But we took our chances. We were not the better team. Maybe the first half we should have scored at least a few more. Like Bruno hit the post, Cunha had the long range, the shot wide. Then there were a few shots, right? But I think overall, right.
Take it, man. Yeah.
Take it. I'll take it. I'll take it any day. All right, so that's it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki. All right, so that is it for this week's episode of Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you and hope to continue to watch our other shows, which are the Copy Bros. Every Monday, we have some fun interviews lined up for you. And if you do like the news in a very unique and fun way, we have the Loud Sales Podcast every Friday, where some of us come together and talk about news topics of the week. Last week, me and Paul won an episode. There was a very strong topic of balls. Yes.
Yep.
So we won't divulge into it, right? Just as a guy, you understand what we're talking about. So with that, bro, you got anything else to add?
Yeah, I think let's just. It's good that there's no international break for a while more. I think next one will be in November, but we just have to enjoy the football.
Yeah, but side note, right? Singapore, one more win away from Asia Cup qualification. One more win. Guys, just get to the Asia Cup.
Yeah. Minimally.
Get to the Asia Cup. Then if you can get to the Asia Cup, then you can think about the World Cup in the future. So with that, bro, thank you everybody. Have a good week ahead. Glory, Man United. For all United fans, for all Liverpool fans, I'm sorry you're lost. With that, have a good week ahead. See you soon. Bye-bye.